Hi, I'm Vijay. Pauline, myself and my two children have now been fostering for 11 years. The assessment process took around about 6 months. It was very intense. They went into every detail you can possibly think of. But I'm sure it was a good process. It wasn't too difficult to go through. But I'm sure they had to check and make sure that you're the right candidate for fostering. So when my wife Pauline approached me and says, she's considering fostering, I was like, what? I was like, no way. And then she explained more and more about it. She had read a few books on it, but I wasn't interested at the time. So when she finally convinced me and says, we're gonna, let's give this a go, I was quite happy to go along with it. When we went through the process of the interviews and everything like that, it sort of got more and more interesting, and it then did open my eyes up with the reason why we're going to start doing this. The training that we received was excellent. They gave you loads of insight into how children act and react and what signs to look for. It got more and more interesting. And then when we finally went through the whole process and we did our training, you could see now when a child comes into your house, you can understand them more, and that's the biggest thing. You need to understand the child. So yeah, I was very, very reluctant at the beginning, but once we went through the process, we were excited to go ahead and do it. Yeah. So we have fostered, we're on to our 13th child in our family in the last 11 years. So yeah, 13 children we foster from about a week, 2 weeks, could be a couple of years, could be a couple of months, depending on their needs. So yeah, we've had a good few kids in the family at the moment. Our children, when we told them that we were thinking of fostering, they were quite happy. They were actually excited about the situation. They were looking forward to it, but they didn't know, what it entailed. So when we did begin fostering, they did enjoy it. There were some difficult points with some of the children, but we seem to managed through every single one of them. But yeah, they enjoy it. They're quite happy that we're still doing it. And they build good relationships with the children, so it's been good. There's been no negatives on the children's side of it. They've been quite happy and accept every child into the family with no issues. I suppose the one thing we've learned from fostering is, my children growing up now have seen, the situation that children are coming from that need to be in our care. So my son's been looking at maybe in the future fostering as well, because he finds it rewarding in his own way. My daughter, she finds it rewarding in her own ways. We find it rewarding. So yeah, he's been considering fostering in the future. When we were fostering, like I said, we're on our 13th child, and our own children, when they were looking at the situations that these children came from, it did give them a sense of appreciation of what they do have and the life that they are living. I'm not saying we're living a perfect life, but it just goes to show that children do get to see the side of fostering what they would never have seen before, and it does give your own children a sense of appreciation. The children we've had in our house, there've been a couple for 6 weeks or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, something like that, a couple of years, all from different situations, all from different backgrounds, and it's just heartbreaking to see them, in that situation. So our children have really, really begun to appreciate what we're doing, and our friends and families appreciate what you're doing. And if you are really thinking of doing fostering, please, 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 just go for it.